Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it. You already know, like a motherfucking trap addict. Bye. You know what? In fact, let's just get to this. Oh, we're back. Welcome to Gunners Collective TV, man. Thank you. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe button yet, hit it like this. Ding. Press that notification. Put it on all so that way you're directed to the direction of the dope content that I am kicking. And I appreciate the support. Thank you guys very much. I'm very humbled by it. So,
Wes Watson, you are done, dude.
it's not a laughing matter, man, when someone gets locked up. You see how I switched it up like that? I went from Count Dracula. I went from Count Chocula to serious as fuck, right? It really is. It really is a serious situation, man. That man got arrested, got apprehended, got snatched up. And there's a lot of people laughing at him. Told you so, told you so. That ain't cool. Because let me give you some understanding. I don't wish death, nor do I wish incarceration upon my worst enemy. You know, our incarceration is basically dying a little bit out of at a time and feeling every bit of it. You know, Wes Watson, yeah, he's an asshole. Definitely an asshole. Definitely a character I would never like to be around, just based upon the way he acts, the way he treats people, narcissist behaviors. I just don't like it. Not the type of homie I like to chill with, right? Plus, I bet you that room would smell like straight up asshole by an asshole. So there's no reason I could see kicking it with them, but that doesn't mean I want to see that guy locked up with the key thrown away. That doesn't mean I want to see him, doing hard time and in dangerous situations. Yeah, he probably wouldn't care about me. He'd be like, fuck him. Who is he, right? But at the same time, when you have a heart, when you're blessed, God continues to bless you. And it's the right thing to do, and it's the right mentality for an ex-convict. I think any righteous, real ex-convict who's ever done any time will say the same thing, like, hey, man, we don't want to see nobody locked up. It's fucked up, right? It's a bad feeling, incarceration, and you don't wish it upon no one. Now, at the same time, Wes Watson thought he was above the law. You ain't, hey, listen, you are not Steven Seagal, bitch, right? You are not above the law. So let's get, who do you think you're fighting? The Jamaicans? In the island. No, this ain't the island. Oh, you're going to be on the island in that cell if Big Bubba come in, right? Shout out to the Bubba Army. But one thing I will say for sure is this about Wes Watson. He's sick to his stomach. Now, I'm sure he's going to bail out, and fight the case from the streets. It's not a situation where he's not going to get no bail. He's going to be offered bail. And if he has these millions and millions and millions of dollars that he says he has, and all this property and all this materialistic items that he says he owns, then he's going to get bail immediately. In fact, he should be out this morning if everything worked out for him. People with money don't stay locked up too long. But imagine the monkey on his back. Imagine what's weighing heavy on his heart. First of all, he didn't eat good yesterday. Davate Bologna. Not bologna, Bologna, right? And he got that feeling back. That when you're an ex-convict, you fall right into the groove of things when you're locked up. You're sick about it. It sucks. You're like, damn, who's fucking dick is my old lady sucking, right? You're tripping off of all of it. But if you're an ex-convict with an understanding of doing time, then a lot of things aren't new to you. The fingerprinting process, the picture process, the sitting in that holding cell for about 12 hours with a roll of toilet paper laying down and the black dude in the corner, me mugging you. All these things are commonplace in prison and jail. So Wes Watson went through that. He went through the booking. He was arrested. Now, when the news broke by John Bravo, shout out John Bravo. He's always, like I said, the tip of the spear. He's always breaking news. He's on this case, right? He's getting his on while fucking Wes was asleep in his bed with tarantaras when they came on him. I questioned that whole case, the assault or the alleged assault in the gym, right? I questioned it because I didn't understand quite how Wes didn't get arrested right off the bat. I know, man, if a fight happens that I'm not even involved in at Wiener Schnitzel, and I stepped in chili, and there's chili on my shoes. They're gonna swear I was out there chili dogging, and it wasn't even me. I don't get down like that. That's Wes. Most times when incidents happen, people get locked up right off the bat. So I questioned it, but I guess people with money, they got to be very careful and make sure they have an ironclad case before they come at him. No, it's not a federal case. No, he's not being indicted on some big old fake case. It's a simple case in the state of Florida. It's an assault charge, right? And an assault charge is no punk. Now, I've had assault charges with my record and a good lawyer and got it all the way down to some county time. It all depends on the victim, what the victim says. In his case, they're on fucking camera. He's the one that put the video out. He's the one that made everyone aware of this assaultive behavior. And this case, he's the reason he's locked up. I'll give you a few good reasons why Wes is locked up. Exhibit 1, Your Honor. My client's an asshole, right? Exhibit 2. If Wes Watson wasn't feeding into the haters and feeding into the bullshit and out there calling out people and telling people to pull up at the public gym and acting like he's just this hardcore motherfucker that'll beat your ass anywhere you're at, you could be all that. There's a lot of people that are all that, but they don't never talk about it. They just do their thing, right? But when you're out there like, yeah, pull up, and you're going back and forth like a BI, you're doing high school, middle school shit, the back and forth, no, you push me first,
It's all your fault, man. You're not going to pull up. And then he does.
And now Wes Watson, that's the reason why shit like this happens, because of your big mouth. 3, Exhibit 3, Your Honor. This man, after he was so excited that he kicked someone allegedly in the face, that he immediately ran to Instagram and started posting videos. He immediately alerted everyone who doesn't like him anyways that he beat up a 7-foot black man with braids, right? And like everybody was supposed to be like, hey, ho, hey, ho, you did that, right? Nobody did that. In fact, it had the reverse effect. Immediately everyone said, man, you can beat up someone like you jumped someone like that with mental disabilities. You did this, you did that. And automatically, because people didn't like Wes Watson was the villain, right? So instead of humbling himself and saying, what, shit happens, take nothing good of this, unfortunately, man, for the guy, I hope he's all right. Apologize, kind of. Nah, Wes Watson's a straight up gangster G with Dago on the back of his head. Woods, you know what the fuck it is, brother. Boom, 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 boom. Instead, what does Wes Watson do? He doubles down. I guess if you're a real man, you stand your ground, right? That's what real men say. Until it's time to get locked up, then they're like, I don't know that, Vato. Right? Let me tell you what happened with Wes Wiggler Watson. He said, I ain't apologizing to no one or nothing. Fuck him and you. We could still get it. And, there's been plenty of other fucking situations where he was at the CVS, the Walgreens or whatever to get medication. He was yelling at kids. And he's just, it's just typical Wes Watson. He has more money than you. And that's what it's going to always be like. That's what it's going to G like. So anyways, yesterday, gotta get up, gotta get going. We're going to see a Cheeto who of theirs. Man, they knocked on Wes Watson's door and snatched him up like the 18. I bet you they caught him in his drawers, right? That Vato had his little thong on and his whatever prostituta he was with that night, she rolled over and all she seen is AR-15. Hey, they're at the door. C4 at your door. No Wes, no more. Snatched them. So what they did was they gathered all this evidence from all these videos, the gym incident video. And I'm going to be doing another video that's going to kind of blow your mind what's going on, that's going to corroborate with this incident. But they took Wes Watson to jail. Now, he was charged with aggravated assault amongst other various little charges. He's going to bail out. This is what's going to happen. He's going to bail out immediately, call a lawyer, bail bondsman, put up some collateral like a home, if he truly owns a home. And if he doesn't, if he's just renting all these cars and these homes, but you have that money, I'm pretty sure some of the shit's yours, right? The jewelry at least. Is it real? Now, with the money Wes Watson has, he'll be able to bail out. I'll guarantee you this. I don't think his boy Manchichi's Big Calvin's going to go bail him out. Hell no. Are you kidding me? We're talking about a vato that scraped a few dollars together for his homeboy that passed away's, burial. Delvato definitely going to go bail Wes Watson out. He bailed him out in other ways, which I'll be getting to in the second video, right? But you guys are going to say, oh, man, that's real shit. Anyways, Wes Watson's going to bail out, and now he's going to have a lawyer, and he's going to fight this case. Ultimately, do I think he's going to go to prison because of his record? No. I do not believe Wes Watson is going to see the inside of a prison at all based off this case. I believe Wes Watson is going to point fingers in other directions. Okay? And remember, there was others involved in that case, so he's already put that motherfucking shit out there, right? He's already set that in motion. I believe Wes Watson, and there's people like, did he PC up? I don't know. I don't see why Wes Watson would PC up in a Florida prison unless he's scared to death that someone's going to clap his cheeks. But then again, maybe he's scared to death someone's not. I don't know where Wes Watson would go, but you would think a man of his stature and the way he's just a super gangster would just go ride it out. I mean, look at Flacco from a convict's perspective is on GP. Come on, Wes, step your game up. I don't care if Wes Watson PC'd up or didn't. A lot of people are making innuendos and assumptions. I don't think it matters. The story here is Wes Watson's locked up, right? And when you speak it to existence, you think it into existence, what do you think happens? It exists. And Wes Watson's attitude towards people was bound to get him caught up in a situation. Now, is this kind of some bullshit? Like people just couldn't leave Wes Watson alone to do his own business, that they had to pick at him and pick at him and pick at him till finally he exploded and something happened? No, but it's going to be his defense. That's absolutely going to be his defense because it would be my defense. Man, I'm just in my own zone, man, trying to work. I'm a content creator. I'm a social media guru. You know what I mean? I run the Sharmuta cartel. I like prostituta. I mean, I'll use everything I can, right? Make them feel sorry for me. Only have 10 million, right? And but I'll say this: he's definitely gonna have that as his defense, man. That people kept messing with him. He was just trying to live his own life, and finally he stood his ground in a stand your ground state. Now, what's gonna hurt him is what other people used, and him using that belt allegedly, which is seen on camera. So we could just say it now, right? That belt could be considered a dangerous and deadly weapon, man. So at this point, the moment you threw kicks while someone was incapacitated, the moment you used a belt, the moment other fucking weaponry was used, man, now that changes the game. And then, and only then, let's not forget, man, when you're speaking racial hatred, when you're spitting out the N-word and saying things like that, it's just shit, giving shit piggyback rides, and it stinks. Wes, you hear me?
It fucking stinks.
And you got to think from Wes Watson's perspective. Unfortunately, this man was sitting in county jail eating bologna yesterday or peanut butter packets, and he was like, damn. See, Wes, money, fame, cars, homes, women, none of that could help you when your ass is locked up sleeping on a toilet paper roll. You're not going to argue with the bitch over the bottom bunk, right? You're going to argue with whoever you're sold up with. The fact is, being an ex-convict like Wes Watson, we have an understanding that none of us want to go back to prison. And a lot of us, the majority of us that have done real time, that got their shit together, are not going to take them penitentiary chances. We're not going to be calling people out. We're not going to, everything we're going to do smooth like a criminal. What are they, Michael Jack? We're going to Michael Jack on back, Billie Jean it, right? You're going to do it on the unders. If you got some beef with someone, orale, go ahead, talk your shit, homie. Be all flamboyant with it, Mr. fucking tough guy. Don't let me catch you at the dog track. I'm going to fucking bite you, right? Fresno style. Look, there's ways to do things, but Wes Watson is thirsty. He's thirsty for attention and for clout that he's never, ever got prior to being a YouTuber, content creator, or even a fucking fitness life coach, right? He loves yelling at people, making them feel like shit because it makes him feel powerful, that he has dominion and power over people. That's the truth. Now, with all that being said, with all the money and the fame and the Diddy party and my life's a movie, right? Your life, you could be movied up, but you and Diddy are in the exact same place, locked up because you guys are both on some weird shit, right? You, because you're so thirsty for attention that you would sacrifice and do time. Wow, this dude is amazing, right? But is he going to do a lot of time? I don't think so. Like I said, I think he has a plan in play. He's going to definitely sit down with his lawyer. And when someone owns a business and they're making money, they can't be out the way too long. They cannot be out the way too, especially someone like Wes Watson, who's only relevant if he's doing stupid shit. Have you noticed that? Besides that, how is Wes Watson really relevant? If he's not getting involved in some shenanigans and saying some bullshit or doing some bullshit, don't no one care about that fool, right? He definitely has to be involved in stuff. So Florida's a different animal, okay? Wes Watson, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't think he could come back to the state or go to the state of California and do time comfortably. I think if he goes to the state of California, because of some of the things he has said, some of the derogatory statements he has made, you know, I don't think the white man's going to allow you, brother, to come function. So what you going to do, Wes, when the skinheads say, fuck you? He's far away from California. He moved. So I know in the state of California, he would not be allowed in the system, man, like that, right? You are not allowed, homie. When it goes to Florida, maybe so. Maybe Wes Watson will be allowed. Do I think he's going to get heart checked? Just like any other man. You know, most of the time you hear all these stories, oh, this fool got fucked in fucking jail. None of it's real. You go to jail, man, it's boring. It stinks. The food sucks. You're going to do time. They try to starve you into a conviction. And you go back and forth to court. And you're going to meet some fellas. And believe me, there's going to be more people in awe of Wes than people moving on him. That's county. Prison's a different animal, right? Prison, you got prison gangs. You got prison groups and organizations. And they might feel some type of way, brother, right? But as far as county jail, most of the dudes that are doing time in county jail, they got high power. Most places, like where you're fighting a murder case or a shooting or a stabbing or something violent, they got them all in a certain bubble or a certain pod. You know, the guys that are looking at massive amount of time, that's how they do. I say massive, like I'm talking, like Wes would say, a massive, right? But they got people like that. And then they got the regular GP, the people that are just running around all they got it out. You know, the guys that were smoking crank on the focal. Those are the guys that Wes is going to be around. Guys with simple assault charges. There might be one black guy that slaps the shit out of Wes, but other than that, it's not going to be too bad. But he's not going to have to go through any of that because he bailed out. He's going to bail out. In fact, by the time I'm doing this video this morning, he's probably already on bail motion, just gone. Now, it's not a no bail charge. So, and again, I don't know how Florida works. So I don't know if you have to wait a day or two and have a bail hearing or how that goes for them to give you the green light. Most places, you know, like my city, you go next morning, little bail hearing, bam, bail's 150 thou wow, and then you're out, right? 10% of that or whatever, however it works in that state. But I don't think Wes Watson's going to do a lot of time, and I'm going to explain in a second video that I'm doing here later on exactly why. The dark, with Wes Watson, he wants the attention, but he doesn't need the attention, right? And so getting locked up really burst his bubble, really chapped his hide. Well, we already know by him fucking sticking his elbow in his asshole, his hide's already chapped, right? But it chapped it even more. It went even further. You know, all that rah-rah shit and that big bag, Billy Badass, all that money could save him. They snatched him up and took him to jail. And it's a pretty harsh charge. I was charged with assault recently of a couple years ago, and got a good lawyer, probably not to the extent that Wes Watson can have because I don't have money like that, right? And I fought it, and, eventually what helped me too was the guy didn't show up to court, the victim, because he was doing time for a DUI. But either way, it was a good situation for me, and it worked out. With Wes, it was different. I wasn't on video. It was a he said, she said thing. He said I hit him. I put it up. Well, actually, I was on video. I recorded it, right? But where I got lucky was you couldn't quite see. You heard my voice, but you didn't know it was me. It wasn't me. But we seen you with the camera. Wasn't me. But we seen him when you hit him in the jawbone. Yeah, that was me. That's why I went and did some time for it. I don't know if Wes is going to do a lot of time, but it's not a laughing matter, man. For those that are out there like, yeah, I'm glad he got locked up. What's wrong with your fucking brain, bro? Why do you want that man locked up? Why? Because he got in a fight and he pulled a weapon out allegedly? Ain't nothing the rules in fighting, right? Or because you don't like him or because the way he disrespects or burdens people? You want him to get a taste of his own medicine? Well, let me tell you this, bro. It's going to really chap your hide when Navalta gets a good lawyer and gets right out. Especially when he does influence the plan that I'm going to tell you guys in part 2 You'll see. Anyways, with that being said, Wes Watson's locked up. For those that don't know, I'm sure everyone does. Shout out to John Bravo for breaking the news. Shout out to the WS Channel Man for continuing on. And shout out to Rascal for the homie hangout. He has a lot of details in his video, man. Go tap in. Go show that man some support. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle and struggle and strive for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. And with that being said, man, come on. Don't wish death nor incarceration upon no one, man. Because, hey, that shit ain't cool.
I said it ain't cool, man.
The gun. Bang, bang.